Well, g'day and welcome to another live stream. I'm Keeonra from Keeonra Music. Welcome. If you're here in the chat, then please do say g'day if you wish to. It's up to you. And if you like this stream, well, think about that one. Anywho, I have some exciting news. Well, it's exciting for me. It might be exciting for you. Something I discovered recently, and it has only happened in the last couple of weeks, I believe, so I missed it last week. Haven't been up with the news. Life gets busy sometimes. Let's take a look at something very, very special. I know you're all waiting for it. I can tell. Look over here. Ah, there I am. So something very, very special. I want to show you this. I'm so excited. Yes, it says Contact 7. That's right. I've just put in an empty track, Contact 7. If you're not aware and you have Contact 7, update it. Do you know why? Because something I've always wanted since I was little. No, just, I don't know, for the last 12 months or so. This. Click on this clicky bit here. Look. Zoom. You can make it bigger and then you can set it as your default. Oh, how cool is that? About frickin' time, Native Instruments. Yay. Because, wow, size does matter, especially when you have very poor eye. I mean, my eyesight's not that bad. But when you have poor eyesight and you have two wonderfully large monitors in front of you and you have a large mixer on your desk and a keyboard and all the other bits and pieces, and Jimi Hendrix is sitting over there in a box looking after himself. There's a violin over there and a little lamp and all sorts of things. I must take you on a tour of my desk one day. It's very interesting. But yes, so this is also very interesting. So this is a recent update. Check out Native Instruments YouTube channel and it goes through all the bits and pieces. There's other stuff with things, apparently, with their things of stuff. The stuff. So yeah. Reset window size, and there's stuff. There's things with something about their how their instruments are done, or their multi-rack, or there's a something with a something, and I don't really understand it all, I must admit. but that's okay. Check out Native Instruments. But that was the big one for me. That was a big one that I can actually make this bigger so I can actually see it, which is extraordinarily helpful. So go update stuff with things. Now, I wasn't quite sure what to do in this week's live stream, so I thought, well, I'll think about it and I'll listen to some music. And something that I did actually listen to was some more trance music by, I've forgotten his name. It is, here we go. I'm actually going to show it because it's so cool. But yeah, so if I go to here and then I grab this, where's it gone? I've got a clicky bit here somewhere. So if I copy that clicky bit and go to the other clicky bit, no, let's do the clicky bit over here. And it's a clicky bit there with a clicky bit there. I'm doing lots of clicky bits. Hold it, talk amongst yourselves. It's fine. So recently there was a Untold Festival 2023 in, I think, Romania, I think it is, and Armin van Buuren is the guru for A State of Trance, if you're into trance music. And it's somewhat awesome. And I basically worked around the house and did some stuff today. And this is his YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's so cool. But yeah, Armin van Buuren. He's a DJ. And I haven't got the sound coming through on here, but that's him. And he's just a DJ and plays all this trance music. And there's literally tens of thousands of people at this festival. Now, this video, if you're interested, yes, I have watched all of 3 hours, well, listened to 3 hours of it today. It does go for over 5 hours. So, look, if you're into it, it's pretty cool. If you're not, that's all right too. So back to this, I thought that was rather interesting. I thought I'd share. I like to share. Ashley HM is in the house. And you're a big fan of Armin van Buuren. I know, right? I only discovered him recently listening to trance music and all the rest of it. But oh my gosh, my music does not compare. I mean, I've got a lot to learn. That's all I can say. And that's what we're here to do, is to learn. Yes, size does matter. Yeah, look, wearing your glasses, nothing wrong with wearing glasses. I've been wearing glasses since I was 5 years old, so centuries now. But I've got really, really poor eyesight. So I will sit here and squint at the screen and all the rest of it, especially when, you know, this was previously that size. And I couldn't do anything about it. But now I can, and I can actually go up to that size if I really wanted to, but then I can't fit it all on the screen. Does that mean I need bigger screens? No, we won't go there. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make it that bigger and we will cope. But there you go. So, yes. So, trance music. I was inspired to revisit something that I did previously. Now, I'll play some of it so that you have an idea of what I've previously done. You might remember some of it, so have a listen. And I'm thinking of actually, if I can finish this track, it's gonna be put out there. Yeah. So I followed like all the rules of how to do trance music, and I think this is probably the better track that I've done thus far. So But for those low bits and for other bits I sort of want to grab it all and scoot it across a bit. Yeah, I love the doof doof sound. Heavy on the bass. The kick drum. It needs a bit of work as far as side chaining so the kick comes through. I've got to work all that through. But I'd like to finish this by the end of August at the latest. There's a reason. So this might be another track for Russ 8889's fundraiser album that they're doing. So now I thought, after listening to a lot of Armin van Buuren's music today, it's a lot of vocals. Not his vocals, other people's vocals, but he mixes other vocals in. And I thought, I've got to get the microphone out, and I've got to get the microphone stand out, and I've got to set it all up. Or I could just use my cheaper microphone, but then the quality of the sound isn't too good. Then I don't know what to sing or all the rest of it. So I have set myself a challenge to reuse some vocals I did, if you remember, from a while back. Something I did for a QTube challenge for the Discord, and at the time I wrote the song because it was very cathartic for me. I was in a bit of a dark space and place, and it was just, sometimes these things just fall out and end up on your door somehow. But listening to the song is like, wow, that's a bit of a downer. So I thought, how about we do what we do with some of our rubbish and cardboard and newspaper and plastics and all that sort of thing, is reuse and recycle. How about we do that? So rather than these two tracks not going out, how about we meld them together somehow and make one good track that can go out? Now, this doesn't apply to every track, I must admit. If you're doing something classical, I was about to say classical and rock sort of goes, maybe you could do it with all sorts of things. Maybe this could inspire you to go through your unpublished, unreleased music, and you could go, maybe I'll put those two together. Who knows? I grew up, I don't know, okay, I digress a little bit. I grew up with Hooked on Classics. Does anyone remember those? Hooked on Classics had all the albums, LPs, the big vinyl round things that go on a record player with a needle. Anyway, you can Google that. It's fine. All right, so let me play a little bit of this, and you might remember it. That's not it. That really is, I'm meant to do, no, not that. I meant to do that. Okay. So all I've done is exported the WAV file and brought it in here. That's all I've done.
Traveling far away just to clear my mind, thinking I could save myself. So many days and nights have passed me by. Darkness surrounds me still.
I mean, it's a bit of a sad song, right?
Lost in the wilderness.
But there's bits of it that could be used that could sound really cool. So what I've got to do is come up with, and it might take a few tracks. I think that'll be the best way to go, is I've come up with a sampler. A sampler? What? So what I've done is I've sampled, drag this into a sampler track. And so you can, as I play a key on the keyboard.
Lost in the wilderness.
So C3 is the natural key. And I've turned audio warp on.
Lost in the wilderness.
Otherwise, as I go up in pitch,
Lost in the wilderness.
It sounds great. It plays it faster. So what we want to do is not play it faster, and we want it to sync. Okay. So we can actually play 2 keys at the same time. It'll be in harmony and in time.
Lost in the wilderness.
Isn't that weird? It's so cool. But we can do all sorts of stuff now that we've done that.
Lost in the wilderness.
So you could do something like
Lost in the wilderness.
So there's all sorts of stuff you could do. So that's what I'm sort of thinking is we can, you know, mess around with the vocals a bit, have a play around, see if we can fit it in somewhere, chop it up a bit, and just have some fun with, yeah, it sounds like the Chipmunks. Yes, I had those albums too. So, you know, we can find bits that work, and, you know, change the start of it.
Lost in the wilderness. Far, far from home.
So there's all different bits.
I long for the days.
So what we need to do is probably go through the original track and chop it up a bit, I think, and then pick out the bits that we want to use and then drop those into the sampler tracks. So we won't. So what I'll do is I'll remove that track and we'll go through this track and actually we'll duplicate that track. So we do have a duplicate, and I'll colour it differently. That's a bit too, there we go, that purple. Nice. And we'll mute that one and we'll just put that up there so we don't use it. And we'll use this track and chop it up and see what the best bits are, and then we can drop them into separate tracks. Yes, yeah. I think so, Ashley. Yeah, so we can do all sorts of things. We can put all sorts of filters on there and make it sound like the telephone sort of sound and all sorts of weird and wonderful things to fit in with the trance track. So it's a little bit of work, and I thought, well, this could be fun. I've never done anything like this before, so you know, let's have a go. Let's see what we can come up with. So let's just go through and listen to bits and go no, and pretty much do that. So get the pair of scissors ready, and we're going to start cutting. Solo it. Yeah, you're going to have to listen to my voice, but at least it's
traveling far away just to clear my mind, thinking I could save myself.
I mean, you know, that's what I need to do. Take the grid, snap to grid off, so we can actually go right into here. So we can actually cut right on the point that we want.
Traveling far away just to clear my mind, thinking I could save myself.
So about there.
So
where's the start?
So
out there.
So many days and nights have passed me by. Darkness surrounds me still.
Okay, yes, I'm butchering it. No lawnmower today and no lawnmower tomorrow. So that's no lawn mowing. It's good. We won't be interrupted by lawnmowers. Always handy.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in...
Oh, that's a big breath, isn't it?
Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness.
There we go.
Far, far,
Out there.
far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze. Please help me to get back home.
I might release that song yet. Who knows? Anyway, I was like, maybe. Anyway, let's find a spot.
Far, far from home, I
think we can do something there. I think. Does that work? Yeah, we can work with that.
Long for the days.
Where does it stop there?
Get lost in your gaze. Please.
All right, I think we're getting there.
Please help me to.
Let's see.
Please help. Please help
Maybe there.
me.
Is that too?
Me too.
Oh, I think that's a bit too close, that one. There.
Me to get back. Get back.
Getting there. Bit tedious and long, this process, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, and we can sort of work out which bits we want, which bits we don't, which bits we'll put in samples. I mean, we won't use all of it.
Back home. So
We'll just use the best bits and what fits with the song. Because the challenge is, as well, is that other song was done in a different key with different timing. So this could be quite the challenge.
So
But that's okay. And if the cut isn't absolutely perfect, once you drop it into a sampler, we can adjust the beginning and end, but at least it'll just be a little bit easier to handle.
so many times you've been there for me. Once more I need you now.
See if we can break that up.
Been there for me. Once more I need you now. Once more I need.
That's a bit of a...
Once more I need.
See, I'm too good a singer. It's there's no break for I need. Let's leave it. We'll see what I can come up with.
Need you now. I didn't know how lost I could be. Home has changed somehow.
Ugh. Voice went a bit croaky there. And yes, that I have already put reverb and stuff on from the other songs. So I just thought, I'll just copy across. It'll be fine. It's experimenting. We're doing this for science.
lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness. Far, far, far from home. Guide me to light.
Yeah, a little bit croaky there, Ashley.
I know I can fight. It's so good to head back home.
But with the use of technology, we can do all sorts of things. Croaky. Love the frog there.
Back home.
There's no ideas coming to mind.
No.
But hopefully inspiration will come very soon.
Now I can go on with you by my side, lost in your gaze once more.
See, that could work.
Now I can go on with you by my side.
Let's cut that bit up.
Lost in your gaze once more.
I do like that bit. So I'm going to colour that differently. I definitely want to use that one. There we go. Isn't that clever? Let's go back to cutting.
Wilderness leaves me, but scars will remain. The future will be different now.
Bit of a wonky note there too. Then this is, yeah, instrumental bit.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. I'm no longer lost in the wilderness. Now I am home. Love guides the way. I know I can stay. It's so good to be back home.
Question my vocals, but anyway, sounds better with instruments. I want to use this bit.
Lost in.
I cut that a bit to, there we go.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. I'm no longer lost in the wilderness. Now I am home. Love guides the way. I know I can stay. It's so good to be back home.
And there we go. So we've cut the track up. Is it going to be useful or useless? Who knows? Let's see what we've got here, and then what we can do is we can colour code it to what we'll use and what we won't use, and see how that goes. And we can simply mute it, the bits in between that we don't need. So all the breathy bits and the gaps and that sort of thing. So we can just mute those. And then we've just got our bits of samples that we can use. So, I mean, it is like taking out the trash. I'm not saying that my vocals are trash. I'm not saying that at all. No. My vocals are all right. I mean, I don't think it'd make your ears bleed, but, you know, I'm still getting used to using a microphone and recording and stuff. It's like, I can do this all live. It's fine. Put me in front of a microphone and I go, yeah. All right. So that's good. That's good. There we go. So we can do that. Let's listen to some stuff.
Traveling far away just to clear my mind, thinking I could save myself.
About no.
So many days and nights have passed me by. Darkness surrounds me still.
No.
Lost in
Not
the
gonna have anything left.
wilderness. Lost in
Maybe?
the wilderness.
Traffic light system.
In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness.
Maybe?
Far, far from home, I long for the day.
I like that one.
Get lost in your gaze.
Hang on, I need to slow down. So yeah, I'm just using a traffic light system. So red for no, amber for maybe, and then green for, yeah, that's kind of okay-ish.
I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze. Please help me to get back home.
I don't know about these.
Please help me to get back home.
Unless we... Yeah, I don't want to be too much of a downer of a song.
So many times you've been there for me. Once more I need you now. I didn't know how lost I could be. Home has changed somehow. Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness.
Oops.
In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness.
Okay, so what was that one?
Home has changed somehow.
No. My voice really wavers at the end of that phrase. Don't know why. I do know why, but that's okay.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness.
It's okay.
Far, far from home. Guide me to light. I know I can fight. It's so good to head back home. Now I can go on with you by my side, lost in your gaze once more.
I like all of that actually. That's pretty good. I do like that bit. Oops, wrong one. Green, mark it green. And we'll mark that the green now that we just marked it a different colour from before. And that needs to be gotten rid of.
Wilderness leaves me, but scars will remain. The future will be different now.
No. Okay.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. I'm no longer lost in the wilderness. Now I am home, love guides the way. I know.
Right, yeah, that bit. I never got that bit right. When I recorded it, I just didn't get a good recording from it. It's a me thing. It's okay. I'm okay with that.
Love guides the way.
I want that bit. Let's see if that works.
I Love guides the way. I know I can stay.
I keep clicking on that track. I don't want that. Oops. This way.
It's so good to be back home.
All right, so that's pretty much it. So out of that, have we got any good bits? We've got a few that we can use. So let's listen to those.
Far, far from home.
Far, far from
I
home.
long for the days. Get lost in your gaze. Please help me to get back home.
Not that one, maybe.
Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness. Far, far from home.
So I like those three bits. Lost in the wilderness, far from home, that works.
Far, far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
That bit's all right.
Now I can go on with you by my side. Lost in your gaze once more.
That bit, I need to unmute that because I think that works as one thing altogether. I think it needs to stay all together as one phrase. That's the bit. That's the bit I'm trying to work out. Yes, that bit. That bit. But I need to get rid of that bit. I don't know why that bit. I'll just cut that bit off. Cut away. Mute that bit. All right. So I think, done again. I think that bit is a winner.
Now I can go on with you by my side. Lost in your gaze once more.
So that bit works.
Far, far from home. Lost in the wilderness. Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness. Far, far from home.
I reckon we might do the same with that one, is join that back up again because it makes more sense. We can leave it like that. That's fine. So we'll just drop it into the sampler. I'm not sure about that one now. I think we'll make that an orange. What have we got up here?
Far, far from home, I long for the days.
Right.
Get lost in your gaze, please. Far, far from home, I long for.
Let's shove that in the middle. glue that and that together. And I don't know why it's done that. Let's bring that back to there. And I think I'm liking that. Okay, so that. Yeah.
I long for the days, get lost in your gaze.
Right. So all of that, we'll glue it all together again. I don't know why it goes over there. That's okay. That's fine. It's fine.
I long for the days, get lost in your gaze. Please help me to get back home.
Okay, so that is now an orange. Oops. That way. And that is now an orange. And this, what's that bit?
Please help.
Ah, yeah, I don't want that one. So that one is that one, and then we can just, no, we can leave it there. That's fine. Ah, that one needs to be green. I got distracted from my own colours. So, scroll that way. What have we got? We've got, which I think is usable.
Far, far from home, I long for the days, get lost in your gaze.
I think we might bring those back together because we're losing the reverb and the articulation. Yeah, look, Ashley's just made an interesting point. You can set up your own contact track with voice phrases and set it to your keyboard. It takes a fair chunk of your time, though, to do. I have seen it done. I don't think this is something I will do too much again. It does take up a bit of time, but I think you're right. I mean, if you're going to do this, I know you can do it with battery. And have them on separate keys and that sort of thing. So, but I think this is only track centric, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Far, far from home.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to do that. You silly sausage. I want to do that and that and that and that and do the glue thing. There we go. Because I think that one works.
Far, far from home, I long for the days, get lost in your gaze.
And then we've got
lost in the wilderness, in so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness. Far, far from home. Now I can go on with you by my side, lost in your gaze once more. Now I am home, love guides the way.
So that's chopping off the reverb a bit. So I need to just join those together and then those together. Beautiful. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so I've got some stuff with things. Let's play around with that a little bit. Got some bits. We got some bits. Okay, now what would I do next? Save it, because that's a fair bit of work, because we've only got 15 minutes left of our stream. So that does take up a little bit of time. Is there a quicker and easier way to do this? I don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. And I don't know how to do this otherwise. But guess what? If you know how to do this better, you can put a comment below and tell me what to do and where to put it. But be nice. And while you're down there, don't forget the clicky bits. You can also like this stream and video if you're watching it in the future, which is now for you. It's a timey-wimey thing. And you can do the subscribe thing and ring the little cowbell. Well, notification bell, but I like it to think that it could be a cowbell one day when it grows up. It's much more interesting. Life is better with a cowbell. So do all that with the bits and the things down below. And we'll see, because I'll be doing more of this tomorrow and you'll be notified. It's free. Isn't that nice? Awesome. Let's continue then. Let's make a sampler track. And we're going to call this, I don't know what we're going to call this. Just one. Let's drop the track in, then we'll rename it. Okay, so we don't lose it from there. It's pretty clever. And we can move the start to wherever we want. Right, that's pretty cool. And the end to wherever we want. Right, we can make it bigger or smaller, whatever. That's cool. So let's, what have we got? We got to play. I've muted it.
Traveling far away just to clear my mind, thinking I could save myself.
Is that the whole track?
So many days and nights.
It is the whole track. Why did that do that? Maybe I need to cut that to a separate track, because all I want,
Far from home,
that's what I thought.
I long.
Right. See, I'm new to this. That didn't work. So do I need to then, I think I know what to do. Maybe. Let's duplicate the track, and then we're going to do is delete. Or actually, no, what we should do, yeah, we can do that. That's fine. That's how my brain works, or doesn't work sometimes. Is what we can just do is just do that and that. So we've got just that now. So that works. And then what we can do is we can duplicate that. And we're actually going to turn the snap back on. So it snaps back, and we're just going to copy and paste. No, it didn't work. We want that to not snap, because we want it there, and we should be able to get it there. Right, that's better. So what we're doing is basically having one track. Yes, exterminate. See, it's a timey-wimey thing. I must watch Doctor Who again. I love Doctor Who. Which Doctor Who was your favourite? Mine was the 10th Doctor. Back in the days. Oh, these need to go. Bye-bye. So let's duplicate the track again. Get rid of that one. And see, I don't know where these are going to go in the song yet. Again, it depends. I might not use it all. Actually, I don't know why I'm lining it up, because it doesn't really matter, because we're going to chop it all up and use it in different places, aren't we? That was silly, because I don't want to drag and drop. I want to copy it. I don't want to lose not the original bit or something. There's a something. So you can sort of see what I'm doing here. I've got 2 more bits to do, and then we can play around with the track. So let's duplicate that again, delete that bit, and go over here. And I'm just putting it in place so I've got a reference more than anything. There we go. Getting there. And we've got one last little bit to do. And then that should be it. That'll be it. And then we've basically gone through the track, worked out the bits that may or may not work, because there's no guarantees in life with anything really, especially my music. But you never know. It's a thought. I'd like to think it might work. Oh, look, you're onto something, Ashley. Yeah, holding shift. That could probably work and hold in place. Doesn't really matter. Pepcac. Oh, dear. If only... Oh, excuse me. Only I had grey matter that worked. Right. So let's solo those. And mute that one now.
Far, far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
That's all right. That's a far, far from home. Far, far from home. Okay, and this next one.
Lost in the wilderness. In so many ways I'm lost in the wilderness.
Apparently I'm lost in the wilderness.
Now I can go on with you by my side. Lost in your gaze once more.
Okay. And this one.
Now I am home.
Now I am home. And this one.
Love guides the way.
Love guides the way. Aww. Now, let's see if we can do anything with any of those and see what we can come up with. Because we've got it sort of in line with the original track. So it's lining up to bits of the song. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. But it has nothing to do with the trance tracks. So we've got to find what will work. So I think we need to stop listening to this now, mute all of these, mute all of that, and go back to our original trance track and listen to what we've got there. Hang on. Let's take a listen. could have a little bit at, there we go, at bar 33. What do we have there? I don't know. Because it doesn't need to be.
Far from home, I long for the days.
So, yeah, that drop is cool, isn't it? I love that drop. So we're going to have more drops. We're going to be mindful because what I want to use this song for needs to be no longer than 5 minutes. And at the moment it's at 4. So if I start inserting stuff here, it's going to go on a little bit longer. So I've got to be mindful of the 5-minute length. But I do like this bit. So let's at least give this a try.
Far, far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
So that's, I think that'll work. So if we, let's put a sampler track down here. So add a track. Again, I have not done this before. Let's call it Far, Far From Home, because that's what we're doing, is that bit. And we're going to drop that one into there. And we're going to play it.
Far, far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
It's interesting because it has actually, again, copied the entire track. How weird. Interesting. Anywho, that's neither here nor there, I guess. It's just bizarre, but that's okay. It's fine. Ashley says she's working on Vox tomorrow and the weekend for new songs. So tonight is the calm before the storm. I hear you, Ashley. Look, the best advice I have always given all my singers, all my singing students, have fun with it. Because if you have fun with it, it comes across. It sounds so much better. It sounds like you're having fun. Whether it's a sad song or a fun song or a happy song or a good song or whatever song, it could be jazz or both kinds of music, country and Western. It doesn't matter what the genre. With you, I'm thinking it's heavy metal. So I would imagine just have fun with it. That's what music's all about. And that's what we're doing here, creating a monster by having fun.
Far, far from home.
Let's do the audio warp and sync it. Make it legato, maybe?
Far, far from home. Far, far from, far, far from, far, far from, far, far from.
So we've got to work out, we've got the sample here, but we've got to now record it.
Far, far from home.
Now this, I believe, is in A minor, and so if this is a C, then we're all okay, but I'm not sure what it is actually.
Far, far from home.
The only way I can really check is to double click on that, and I'll bring across my second screen, which is VAR audio of, isn't that clever, of that bit, and we can see what note it is. So it's it goes, that wasn't what I wanted. So it does start on a, does it start on a C?
Far, far from home.
Da, 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 da. So yeah, that sounds about right. Da. So there's a G. So it should work within the track, within the trance track, because
Far, far from home. I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
So that should work in this bit at bar, what did we say, 33. So if we unsolo that, so that's all muted. So if we play it from here, let's see if we can come up with something. I think that needs to be, we don't want to sync it, or we do want to sync it. I'm not sure.
Far, far from home, I long for the days.
Maybe we need to, so that's the original BPM. So, this is where we can change it to 134. Let's try.
Far, far from home,
Maybe. Let's try.
Far, far from home, I long for the days. Get lost in your gaze.
Yeah, that doesn't work, but I think it could if it was just a break and with different chords and that sort of thing. So that could work as a bit of a, a bit of a bridge sort of thing. So maybe it needs to go in the drop here. Yeah, you can do all sorts of things in Cubase. It's just, and I don't know the half of it really. So yeah, so I can put the audio file tempo here. So it's telling me that the tempo was 120.14 and the root key was C. So, I can fix the pitch, I can do all sorts of stuff. There's just so many things and I don't even understand a lot of it. So, and I could reverse the sample. That could sound interesting. There's just so much to learn, But you can do the playback, the pitch, filter, pan it, just.
Far, 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 far from home. Far, far from home.
I mean, you could do all sorts of weird stuff. Reverse it for fun. I'd like to hear what it sounds. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's reverse it. That's weird.
Far, far from home.
I press the button, you can do that. It's just crazy. So yeah, I love Cakewalk. Look, we haven't gotten very far in this episode.
Far from home.
I want to do something, so where can we do it? Let's press play.
Far, far from home. Far, far from home.
Yeah, there needs to be a bigger gap. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll leave it there. I won't play an outro in this stream. I think what I'll do, because we've heard enough tonight, I think my ears are a bit worn. I think we'll leave it there. There's a bit to do. And there is an easy way, I know. I have seen it on one of my mentors in Cubase. There's a few. Chris Salim from Mix Down Audio. Yeah, time was up about almost 10 minutes ago, actually. It's time flies when you're having fun. But yes, or Dom Sagalas, one of those people, Jeff Gibbons, someone did, it might be Dom Sagalas, did a wonderful video tutorial on how to basically, in Cubase, with basically the touch of a button, you can just insert and push along the tracks as needed for whatever you're trying to insert, like all the tracks in the song. There's an easy way to do it. I don't want to do it the long way. I'd rather look that up and get that sorted, and then also adjust the timing and the pitch, work out how to do that for the samples, and then get this right, because I think that'll be worth doing well. So I think the hard work of going through the track and slicing and dicing to find the bits that I think will work well-ish. I think the hard work there was worth doing, to re-listen to it, and I think this will work. We'll mash it up and mix it up a bit and see what we can make of it. Who knows? We'll get. Otherwise, we'll just get lost. Just get lost. Maybe we'll get lost in the wilderness, but we'll just get lost. Thanks, Ashley, for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate the likes and subscribes and everything from everyone else too. If you happen to be down below, then you can do that and ring the cowbell. I'll see you tomorrow. We've got the longer live stream for 2 hours, and hopefully we can make a bit more of a mess. I mean, make a bit more music. Yeah, I use the term very, very loosely, but yes, we'll make some more music, have some more fun, and see if we can make a trance track with vocals and a mashup mix thing. Recycling. That's what we're doing. Reusing, recycling. Is it environmentally friendly? I had green bits on the screen. Does that count? I think it's time to go. Bye. I'll see you next time. Take care.